Alright, so a pleasant day each and every one. So we will discuss one of our topic for this term, but I guess I've started discussing this one 2 weeks ago. So I'll be continuing the content. Okay, so we've done with the part one, the fundamentals of commercial kitchen planning. Okay, so it involves the pillars of efficiency. So we have efficiency, logical flow, safety and sanitation, ergonomics, and flexibility. So I've mentioned it already, no? Then we have the logical flow of work, which includes the sequential movement from receiving, storage, preparation, cooking, and the service. And it includes also the work triangle concept. Okay? So it is originally designed for domestic kitchens. The commercial work triangle optimizes the distance between, we have three, the range, the storage, and the preparation sink to minimize unnecessary steps or unnecessary movement. And another layout of the kitchen aside from this is we have the island layout. This is a centralized cooking hub. Okay, so in this layout, as you can see, all primary cooking equipment is clustered in a central island, nasa gitna. So the perimeter walls are used for food preparation, storage, and dishwashing. So nasa corner or nasa gilid yung prep area nila, storage and dishwashing. And then the cooking area po nila, yan yung nasa gitna. Okay? So, best for saan natin usually makikita tong klase ng layout na to, class? Sa large, high-end restaurants where communication between chefs is vital and it allows for an open floor plan and circular traffic movement. Okay? So, aside from mga high-end restaurants, makita rin natin ng island layout sa mga hotels din. Okay? So, technically, sa island layout natin, yung mga cooking equipment are placed in the center kasi dito na nga sila nagluluto, yung mga chef sa gitna. And then, this is good for large kitchen. So, yung merong malalaking mga space. And then, aside from that, again, now we have the work triangle layout. Then, we have the island layout. Then next is we have the zone layout o yung tinatawag na station-based organization. So, natatandaan niyo pa ba to? Pinagawa kong activity. So, anong intention ng ganitong klase ng kitchen layout? So, the kitchen is organized into distinct blocks. Sabihin, identified yung bawat corners or blocks ng layout or the station. So, for instance, one zone is dedicated for sautéing, pagigisa, and another station naman is pang grilling station, and the another station naman is for the cold preparation. So, pwedeng cold preparation natin like pastries or baked goods or pwedeng mga desserts. So, anong intention pa ng layout na to? This layout keeps major equipment together and it minimizes interference between different stations during peak hours. So, hindi na sila kailangan pang tumawid-tawid sa iba't ibang stations kasi meron na sila kanya-kanyang area in order for them to prepare the food of the customers. So, ang zone layout natin, makikita natin yan, dapat meron siyang um, storage and receiving, cleaning and washing, food preparation, meal cooking, and the service area. So this is just a sample ng layout. Pero sa food industry, makikita nyo, mas malawak pa yung mga stations, no, na pwede nating makita sa kitchen. Okay? So, common to sa mga hotels and also in a large restaurants. Actually, they have the freedom naman in what particular layout they want. Depende po yan sa scale ng hotel, ng restaurant, or it can be the catering services, at depende din po sa number of people or ilang chefs ba ang kailangan magtrabaho sa loob. Ilan ba yung manpower mo? So, doon nagbe-base para makapag-create din ng layout. And another layout for the kitchen is what we call the assembly line layout. So, this is intended for the high volume productivity. So, food moves in a straight line. So, ang ano naman nito, ang kaibahan is from preparation to final service. So, parang meron silang step 1 and then up to the last step. Magkakasunod yung stations na yon. So, it is the standard for fast casual establishments naman daw and limited menu operations. Ayan, actually sa mga fast food chain, ganito usually ang setup or yung mga semi-casual restaurants natin. Okay? So, the advantage po, extremely efficient for repetitive tasks, allows for high output with minimal cross traffic, and ideal for sandwiches, pizzas, and burger chains. So, aside from fast food restaurants, makikita natin sa klase ng layout na to, the food moves in one direction and very fast and efficient. Okay? Kasi meron silang from station 1, mise en place, going to station 2, doon nalulutuin sa station 2 kasi tatapos na mag-mise en place. And then station 3 halimbawa is plating. Ganun siya. Okay? So maganda din klase ng layout to kasi mas mabilis po yung movement ng ating production. Okay, so bagay na bagay siya sa mga fast food since quick service ang ino-offer natin sa mga customers natin. Mabilis ang out ng product. Okay, and then we have also another layout which is called the galley and the open layout. Ayan, as you can see on the pictures class. The galley layout, equipment and workstations line into two parallel walls naman. Ayan, nakikita niyo ba sa picture? So this corridor style is typically in smaller spaces or food tracks. Ayan. It maximizes limited square footage through linear placement. Okay, they have two parallel counters lang. And again, ang kailangan yung tandaan sa ganitong layout, suitable siya for small kitchens only. And then, konti lang din yung mga chefs natin dyan or yung mga nagpe-prepare kasi maliit lang ang space. Typically, mga 3 to 4. No? 3 to 4 or dalawa lang most of the time ang kailangang mag-prepare ng pagkain. And also yung open exhibition layout naman natin, designed for customer entertainment. Ayan, the kitchen is visible to the dining room and requires impeccable sanitation and aesthetically pleasing equipment. Okay, used to build good and excellent experience for the guest. So, ito na may makita natin sa mga hotel. May showmanship ang mga chefs natin. Kasi as they order their food, no, na-take na yung order nila, and then i-prepare siya na totally sa harapan ng guest. Pero nandun sila sa front of the house, nakapwesto. Normally kasi ang kitchen natin nasa BOH or nasa back of the house, tama? Pero itong klase ng layout na to, wala po sa BOH, kundi nasa FOH po ang kitchen. So, doon po sila nagpe-prepare sa harap ng guest. So, whether the guest wants to check on the preparation of their food, pwede nilang ma-view. Or kung hindi naman, is at least nakakadagdag po yun sa image ng isang food establishment or ng isang hotel or it can be a restaurant. Kasi parang ang gandang tingnan if all the chefs are working together, no? And then may mga exhibits pa silang ginagawa like flambe, no? Ano pa ba? Mabilis sila mag-slice or mabilis sila mag-chop ng mga ingredients. Ano pa? Yung the way nila minamarinate, the way nila ginigrill, yung mga meats, and whatever the skills that they want to showcase to the customer, it adds to the image um, of the hotel or it can be the restaurant. Okay. Another thing, so let's proceed for the part 2. So we know already the kitchen layout, no? So marami pa lang kitchen layout na dapat i-apply sa mga professional kitchen. Okay? So, pumili na lang kayo dyan sa future, anong klase ng layout ng kitchen ang gusto ninyong um, planuhin. Or nakikita nyo ba yung sarili nyo being a chef someday? Ayan. If yes, magiging particular kayo sa kitchen layout kasi yung movement yung mahalaga kasi sa layout eh. Okay? So, always remember that a kitchen layout refers to the arrangement of equipment, work areas, storage, and pathways inside the kitchen. So, ano ba yung kailangan natin i-ensure? Ba't kailangan nating maintindihan ang kitchen layout? Of course, the efficiency, yung safety, and smooth workflow. Okay? It adds the speed of the service of the chef, of course, yung food quality, staff safety, and also the productivity. So, since we know already the different kinds of kitchen layout and the workflow, so sa layout na yan, may mga major sections tayong dapat pag-usapan. So, let's be specific with the sections sa loob ng layout. So, meron tayong tinatawag na saute and grill station, garden manger, and patisserie, a French term. Okay? Saute and grill class, this is the hot line where proteins are cooked and complex sauces are finished. It requires high-powered ventilation. Okay? So usually yung mga main course natin sa station na po ito ginagawa or sa section na to. Okay? And yung garden manger naman natin, nakahiwalay po yan. You can consider the kitchen layout kasi may hot and cold kitchen. So yung mga garden manger natin, the cold kitchen for salads, yung mga appetizers, kasi meron tayong hot and cold appetizers din na tinatawag, yung mga charcuterie din natin, must be kept at cooler temperatures. Mga cakes, desserts, and whatsoever. So, another section din po itong mga to. Kasi hindi pwede magsama-sama ang food prep natin if that is intended for hot to be served. So, technically, nakaseparate ang hot sections natin to those cold items po. And then, if the space is very, very huge, no, meron pa din tayong nilalagay na section like intended lang talaga. Ito naman for baking and pastry production lang. Often physically separated to avoid flour dust and heat interference. So, kung mas malaki po ang ating space, mas may nakahiwalay pa. Aside from nabanggit natin sa garden manger na cold kitchen for salad, meron pa naman tayong kailangang makita na section which is intended lang for the baked goods. Okay? And always remember sa ating baking and pastry production, ang pinaprepare dito are breads, different breads, cakes, pastries, and also dessert. So it requires precise measurements and temperature control kasi nabanggit nga dito yung heat interference natin na tinatawag kung ihahalo natin sa hot kitchen po or sa hot section ang paggawa ng mga production po for the bread and pastry. And it adds variety and value to the menu. Okay? So balikan ko lang yung garden manger natin as a cold kitchen. It prepares again para matandaan ninyo, prepare salads, cold appetizers, dressings, and desserts. So, why we need this section? Because it maintains food quality and freshness. It specializes the presentation and plating, and it prevents the cross-contamination with hot foods. And then yung saute and grill natin that considered as the hot kitchen, ang mga na pinaprepare dito are the main dishes, sauces, soups, and hot appetizer. So one of the importance of this section is the core production area of the kitchen. It requires proper ventilation and safety measures, and it ensures food is cooked to correct temperature. Okay, so I do believe nagja-jot down kayo dyan para mas maintindihan nyo the different sections. Thank you so much. And the hot kitchen brigade, we have the saute station. They are responsible for sauces, pan-fried dishes, considered the most demanding role. Mas marami kasing order most of the time, no, ng mga main course or entree. And then, ang ating vegetables section or station, ang kanilang pinaprepare din ay soups, starches, and hot vegetable side dishes. The grill station naman manages high heat broilers and grills for meats and poultry. And the roast station naman focuses on roasted meats and slow cook items. So that's for the hot kitchen brigade. And then the garden manger or the cold kitchen, okay, as you can see from the definition, the garden manger keeper, or they are considered as the keeper of the food. Okay, they are responsible for the preparation of all cold items including fresh garden and composed salads, vinaigrettes and cold mother sauces, terrines, pates, and cured meats. Ayan, yung mga marinate na meat, sa kanila din yan in charge. Yung mga paggawa ng mga longganisa, tocino, ano pa ba? Madami pa. Madami pang iba. Okay? And also, intricate fruit and vegetable carvings. Yung mga fruit platters natin, sa kanila yan, in charge. And even yung mga simple presentation ng mga fruit platters, yan, as part of the dessert, sa kanila din yan. This station requires precise temperature control to prevent the wilting of greens, okay, and the spoilage of cold proteins. So, yung mga greens natin, ina-avoid na malanta like the lettuce, yung mga green vegetables natin, no? Ano pa ba sa cold kitchen? Yung madaling masira most of the time, as usually and common yung lettuce, no? So kailangan nilang bantayan maigi yan na hindi masayang or ma-considered as waste. So marami pa, in even fruits, no? Kailangan nilang i-check yan. So malaki responsibility ni cold kitchen kasi hindi siya katulad ni hot kitchen na kayang diskartehan yung um, preservation, no, ng ibang ingredients doon. Yung mga ingredients kasi dito sa cold kitchen natin, medyo kailangang nakabantay, okay, si chef para ma-check yung temperature if um, fresh pa or quality pa itong maisiserve sa customers at the end of the day. So, specialty production areas, meron naman din tayo sa kitchen na makikitang pastry and dessert stations. Na-mention ko na to kanina. We have the bakery and also yung meat fabrication natin. So, optimal space allocation, standard industry ratio for balance 100% back of the house operation. So, sa cooking line po yung may cooking and line na may pinakamalaking percentage ng space na kailangang ialat sa layout. Then followed by 25% ng preparation area, wherein you're gonna do the mise en place, the plating, and the food presentation. Ware washing is 20% and storage and receiving is also 20%. Okay? So this is the space allocation. So pag magagawa kayo ng layout, ito yung pwede natin consider in planning. Okay? Gaano kalawak, gaano ka-spacious ang ilalaan mo sa mga particular ano natin, um, stations. Okay? So this is the standard sa back of the house. Supposedly, every kitchen professionals nowadays should practice this one para mas maging maayos po yung workflow ng service sa kusina. And also, next slide. Okay, we have the PAS or service interface na tinatawag, which is the quality control point. So the quality control point, this is the PAS, no, is the long heated shelf where the kitchen meets the front of the house, and it is the final checkpoint before food reaches the guest. So yung quality control point natin, this is the stage po na kailangan ma-check ng ating mga chef if the food is already prepared well, okay, para ma-serve na sa customers natin. Okay? So, yung quality point control, mapapansin din natin from the definition, Since kailangan ng i-meet yung front of the house natin, of course, yung mga magsuserve ng pagkain, is the particularly yung taste presentation standard, no? Uh, it is it is served to the guests na makikita natin na walang what do you call this one? Walang mga physical hazards, no? Na pwede tayong encounter doon. Halimbawa, yung hair strands, or di kaya may mga balat ng um, ingredients na napasama sa food. Ayan. So, dyan po na nangyayari yung quality control point. Okay? So, it protects also the customer health, no? Kaya natin 'to ginagawa sa kitchen, yung restaurant reputation, yung food consistency, and then yung business profitability. Okay? Another thing that we need to consider is the expeditor's role. So usually the executive chef or sous chef who calls out orders, checks plating quality, and ensures the timing of different dishes remains synchronized. Okay? So, anong mapapansin nyo pala sa expeditor's role natin? Dalawa lang yung ano, position ng chef ang makikita natin dito. Yung chef natin and then the sous chef. When we say expeditor kasi, they are the person responsible for coordinating orders between the kitchen and the service staff. So, the expeditor works saan? Yung tinatawag nating pass. They are work at the pass, okay? And ensures that every dish living in the kitchen is complete, accurate, and it is properly presented. Okay? And also, sa expeditor's role natin, para din naman siyang sa quality control point eh. They are connected to each other. Kailangang ma-exercise or ma-practice yung tinatawag na final inspection before the service. So, confirms correct dish per ticket kung tama ba yung naibigay na call ng food attendant natin sa kitchen, tama ba yung nailabas na pagkain, tugma ba yung request ng guest, no? Doon sa lasa ng pagkain niya, if she doesn't want too spicy or too sweet, na-meet ba yun? Ensures that the garnishing is complete bago may out, and then mag-wipe ng plate edges if necessary. Yung mga gilid ng plato, no? Katulad ng ginawa natin ng mga nag-laboratory, no? We should check on the edges of the plate. Baka kasi may mga thumb marks, may mga tulo ng sauces and whatsoever. You need to wipe it out before serving to the guest. Okay? So, any question and clarification regarding our topic? So, if you want to watch this video again, pwede naman. Kung may gusto kayong linawin sa discussion, pwede nyo po siyang ulitin i-watch. That make sure also na nag-jot down kayo kasi may mga ilan na hindi naman kasama sa PowerPoint presentation natin. So to end this, I leave the conclusion with you that the essential of practicing accurate layout, okay, inside the kitchen, and familiarizing the different sections inside the kitchen helps maintain the efficiency, quality, and customer satisfaction in any food service establishment, especially the kitchen. So I hope in pray class that you learned something from today's session. And if you have questions, class, do not hesitate to message me. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye and God bless everyone.